you've been injured in an auto accident, call someone local you know and trust at 1-800-INJURED. We help auto accident victims 24 hours a day, every day. That's 1-800-INJURED. Call us right now or go to phillipslaw.com.
Today's weather forecast is brought to you by Aspen Dental.
Welcome back, everyone. You open any fashion magazine 50 years ago or even today, you go to any cosmetic store and you'll find all kinds of Maybelline makeup advertised. There is a huge and interesting history behind the Maybelline line, and you can read all about it in a great new book called The Maybelline Story and the Spirited Family Dynasty Behind It. Our next guest, Sharrie Williams, joins us this morning. Her great uncle, I need to correct myself. I said your father, but I knew when I was reading it that can't be right. It's your great uncle who started Maybelline, and he named it in honor of his sister?
Yes, because she's the one that gave him the idea.
And what happened to her? Because something happened to her that kind of started this whole thing.
Well, it's really interesting because throughout the years, there's always been different takes. You know, was she just pale of color? Did she have a disease that her eyebrows and eyelashes fell out? I heard that she singed them over a flame on the fire, and then she had to try to think of something to get them back. So she mixed some coal dust from a cork and a little Vaseline. She tipped her eyebrows and eyelashes just when her brother walked in, who had just started a mail order business. So he needed to think of something that he could sell on his mail order, and there it was. He named his product Maybelline in honor of his sister.
Wow. I mean, I would imagine the family at that time had no idea that now it's 2011,
yes,
and we've got Maybelline everywhere. It's been interesting, though, to read more about your great-uncle, because his real muse in a lot of this turned out to be his brother's wife, correct?
In the beginning, yes. My grandmother was Chicago city girl. Tom Lyle was on the farm. He grew up on the farm. So, I mean, when the two of them met, actually, you know, she was going with my grandfather. So Tom Lyle and my grandfather were brothers, and my grandmother was in love with both of them. One was debonair, one had the Maybelline company, the other one was a boxer, handsome, Brad Pitt type, you know what I mean?
So a tough choice for her to make.
Well, it was. She would have preferred Tom Lyle, but he had other... turns out that he actually was gay, and that was not revealed till many, many years later.
Again, a fascinating family history here, but something happened to your grandmother also, which I think really kind of encouraged you to write the book. Yes. Something happened, and it's still unsolved. Tell us that story.
Yes, well, in 1978, my grandmother opened a Hollywood dinner palace in Hot Springs, Arkansas. She got death threats saying, "We do not want that here in the Bible Belt." She went ahead and opened Conway Twitty played Maybelline, and there was my grandmother on stage, mistress of ceremonies. And the next day, 3 explosions went off in her estate, and she was burned beyond recognition, and it is still unsolved today. The family believes it was an inside job, and of course, you'll have to read the book.
Yes.
I can't give it all away.
Well, and I know you've got some of your own theories as well, which may or may not be featured in the book, because it might involve some folks who are still around. But I have another question. This is completely a personal question. My favorite concealer is Maybelline, and they just recently discontinued my mousse. What's the deal, Sharrie? Do you have any answers for me?
Well, you know that our family sold the company in 1968, so you'll have to go to Maybelline, New York about that. But still, I know what it's like when I am
Do you
so
still
sorry.
use the products?
I have Maybelline mascara on right this minute.
How interesting.
Yes, I do.
I want to mention Sharrie will be out at the Barnes & Noble at the Chandler Mall on Saturday. We've got all the information on our hotline and our website. What a pleasure. And the book is fascinating. The Maybelline Story and the Spirited Family Dynasty behind it. We'll take a quick break. Coming up, the latest on a West Valley restaurant robbery took place this morning. 2 suspects, by the way, still on the run after tying up the staff members with duct tape. We'll have the latest on that investigation. Plus, apparently there is a fungus among us.